feet, and the boys on the couch are never taking defeat. We're gonna bet it all on the money line. Detention span is in session tonight. Tell me what you think. Should I take the parlay? If they score, you gotta drink. Hey, we're just getting started. We're getting yards on the ground. Defense is playing tight. Detention span is in session tonight.
Welcome in, class. Take a seat. Welcome to Detention Span. On tonight's show, I'm recapping what was Championship Sunday. We're talking a few Super Bowl storylines. Super Bowl 60 is set. The rematch down in Santa Clara between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots is happening. And of course, we got some Ask the Class questions, followed by our Big Mike, or maybe Big Mike's, stay tuned for that, of the week. But what I'm going to need help from the class tonight is I got one glaring question written on the chalkboard that I'm going to need your guys' help to answer tonight. And that question is, how can Sammy D win a Super Bowl? So think about that. Stew on that for a minute. We're going to get to that later on the show. Like I said, I wanted to recap what was Championship Sunday. Oh boy, are the boys back. I have a soundboard, a very expensive soundboard that we bought on the producing table. I wish somebody was here to run it to hit the applause button for my Seahawks. So just imagine that you're hearing an applause sound right now. But yeah, no, spent all that money and still got no one to run that soundboard. So maybe I should get my ass up and sprint to that soundboard and give my Hawks a round of applause. Unfortunately, I can't because I don't know which button is which. I did not set the soundboard up. So we're going to get back to that. But my Seattle Seahawks back in the Super Bowl. First time in, let's do the quick math. Wow. 10, 11, no. 12 years, 12, 13 years. You do the math. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. What a day it was. The atmosphere there was, I kid you not, 98% Seahawk fans. I think I saw a total of 76 Ram fans. I booed 8 of them, and the other batch were decently quiet, well-mannered, polite individuals. So, I mean, kudos to the Ram fans. Still had to boo you because it's our nest. We can't be having Rams in our nest. So that's just a recipe for disaster. That can't happen. And what a day it was. Me and C-Dub, we got up there early. I know some of you guys probably saw it on the social media. Go follow us on Instagram at Detention Span. Quick plug, nice plug. So we got up there. Freeway, I thought there was gonna be a bunch of traffic on the freeway. Frankly, there wasn't much. We had a clean shot up. I thought you would think it was COVID times with how open the freeway was. And then we get down, take a little lap around the stadium, kind of check in, make sure they're letting everybody through the gate, make sure everyone's doing their job, take a little lap around. Yeah, we didn't get let in anywhere. But yeah, after we did that, went and got our tailgate spot down in a pretty prime spot. We had perfect view of the stadium and T-Mobile Park. We were one of the first there. We saw this one guy was parked a certain way, so we kind of copied him and took up a spot and got out the Blackstone, got a little Seahawks hash cooking. Then we got some Barner brats worked up, and we did have the AFC Championship on, so I'll be able to recap that a little bit. But we got after it. We were cracking the brews bright and early. We brought the football. We were running routes. We were throwing the ball. I was doing what I thought, and what Sammy ended up doing in the game was just delivering dots all over the place. And met some cool fans. Shout out to Superhawk and his wife, Mrs. Superhawk. They were awesome. Shout out to Monster. They hooked us up with some energy drinks, and it was a fun time. Like I said, all the 12s were out there. It was electric. It was a beautiful sunny afternoon. So I mean, you just couldn't have asked for better football weather in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, when you think of Seattle, you think of it being rainy and shitty at this time of the year, but it was perfect. So shout out to global warming. I appreciate you for delivering us a nice sunny day for the NFC Championship, and we ended up. Time flew by. Next thing I knew, after several beers, it was 1:00, and it was about time to head to the stadium and finish watching the AFC Championship there. Packed everything up, headed to the stadium. Lost Carter once we got in, so I knew which section we were in, but we got separated. So just kind of walking through the stadium real quick. I'm go to what I think is my seat. Ended up being a section over. I realized we got the Action Green rally towels ready to go in every cup holder. So anytime you see rally towels, it's go time. You're like, it's time to fan out. Like and there is no other atmosphere like a home stadium hitting the rally towels on everybody. It's one of the coolest sights. I wish maybe we did. I like the green, but I don't know, maybe a little more neon could have popped. I don't know. They're cool flags. It was awesome. I did like the 12 flags that they did earlier in the year on the Monday night game. That might have been a cooler look, so maybe we can do that in the Super Bowl. But regardless, the rally, I'm never going to complain about a rally towel. Never. So got to our seats, got a nice little beverage, brought it back to the seat. Carter sold his other ticket to a nice, I think he was just an older Chinese gentleman. We didn't speak much. We spoke in high fives and shoulder grabs. And he was a very nice guy. He was rooting for. He was a nice 12. He was rooting for the Hawks. And we get there. We get everything settled. Probably three of the drunkest dudes I've ever been around in my whole life were sitting behind us, to the point where this dude who I thought was like a drunk, cool 12 at midway through the third quarter is cheering for the Rams. That's how fucked up he got. He started cheering for the other team. He was so fucking hammered. We started off on the right foot, but he definitely, if I was a hot chick and he was him, he would have started off on the wrong foot for what he did to me. So he had a huge pizza box, and he was jumping up and down with the pizza box, and a piece of pizza flew out of his pizza box and flew under my seat onto my water bottle, and it literally wrapped my water bottle like a car wrap. And it was like the pizza was just doughy as hell, just molded to my water bottle. And I just hold my water bottle up and I'm like, hey man, I think you dropped your pizza. And he's like, no, just typical, the frat boy response, just the drunk frat boy response when they give you that grunty no scream chant. Yeah. And you're like, yep, this happened. It was pretty funny. And then literally after we score our first touchdown, we're high-fiving, looking behind, giving everyone high fives. He grabs me and picks me up. I'm literally airlifted off the ground. I'm just stuck there, like leaned over on my chair and stuck in the air. It was rough. I just, embraced it, hit the rally towel, and then we moved on. But the game, oh my God, this game started off. Oh, that's a crazy pick six. I got some Patriot games going and some Seahawks games going. I'm just doing some studying right now. But the game, it was crazy. Seahawks, they go out, they get the 7-point lead. Rams answer back with a couple field goals, make it 7-6. Defense tightens up. It seemed like the Rams had no problem getting past our 50-yard line all game. Just one to two shots down the field, dink dink, we're in. Give it to Puka, give it to Devontae. They were eating their problems. They're probably the best tandem in the NFL. I'm not going to argue that. I witnessed it with my own eyes. But the Seahawks defense, they tightened up when they needed to, and they got the stop. You know what? They forced the field goals. They held it, and they ended up going up 10-6. They settle. They get a holding penalty. They bring Myers out. They go up 10-6. Okay, we're feeling it. Next thing we know, the Rams go down. They score. Now, when they score and they go up 13-10, that was probably the worst I felt all day. I was just sad and just sitting there like, there's no worse feeling than when your team's down, and especially when the stakes couldn't be higher in the NFC Championship game. So you're just sitting there and you're like, okay, we got to trust Big Sammy. He's going to come out and make a play, trust this offense. And boy, did they deliver. Huge third down conversions, one to K9, to multiple to JSN, Cooper Kupp with the big one later on. But this team, man, this offense, they get it done on third down, and they were doing it on 3rd and 9. Now, the thing about Sam Darnold that most people don't realize is this guy averages about 8 to 9 yards a throw. So, I mean, when he's hitting he does hit his check downs here and there when he needs to, but this dude's letting it rip and he's taking fucking shots down the field, okay? So, I really love watching this guy plays because he's so aggressive on these 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, and you trust that he can make it happen. So, usually when you get to a 3rd and long, some of these teams kind of secede a little bit and want to, play the field position game, run it, get stopped, punt it, and trust their defense. But man, they trust Sammy to let it rip. They got the receivers, and Kupp and JSN. Kupp, Super Bowl MVP, let me mention, by the way. Triple Crown winner, let me mention, by the way. Paired with JSN, who, let me mention, by the way, best receiver in football this year, are up there for being just as good of a tandem as Devontae and Puka. So the offense it was incredible offense on display. It was an incredible game all around. It was the best football game I've ever been to, if I'm being honest. It was just so cool. The atmosphere was unreal. Shout out to Lumen Field. They put on an amazing show, except for the halftime show. When the halftime show came, so we go up, they go down, they score, and the Seahawks come back. They score before halftime, so they're up at half. They had Tucker Wetmore, who I believe is a Washington native. I don't listen to his music, but boy, I did not like it. The energy was so fucking flat when he was performing. When I tell you everybody was just like chilling side by side, having like normal banter between the other Patreon, just talking normally. No one was into this halftime show at all. Why didn't we? I mean, we could have hit the Macklemore button at least. At least Can't Hold Us would have got our attention. This Tucker Wetmore dude, not a football concert type dude. I Save the Country singing for either Cowboys on Thanksgiving or the Super Bowl that's going to be down in Nashville. Please don't make me suffer through Tucker Wetmore. I honestly thought there was a good chance Tucker Wetmore killed the vibe and we were going to lose that second half. That's how bad that halftime performance was. Needless to say, Tucker Wetmore probably won't be on the show anytime soon, but that's okay. Keep doing your thing. Maybe next NFC Championship we can get you to sing the national anthem. I don't know why we didn't fucking switch out him and Zach Top. Let Big Tuck sing the national anthem, then bring old Zachy Top, put that stage at the 50-yard line. He'll get the boys jumping. Everyone can sing his music. He's awesome. But I don't know. I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles. But yeah, I'm not going to justify that halftime performance. But then the second half, like I said, battle back and forth. And man, once I thought Seattle got that stop on the 4th and 3 when the Rams went for it inside their gold zone, and Spoon got the amazing play in the end of the end zone to give us the ball back. I thought we were going to be able to juice them or squeeze them out and run the clock, but by the grace of God, they got the ball back. And I thought for a second, I did have the thought of, am I going to die by a Hail Mary here tonight? Am I going to die in this seat by a Hail Mary? Like, is that what's about to happen? Because if that happened, I think I'd still be in that seat to this night. I don't think they'd have to scrape me out of that seat. I would die in that seat. They would have to bury me in that seat. But Puka, the Rams get the ball back. They hit Puka across the middle. I thought he was out and set up for perfect position of the Hail Mary, but nope, knee was down, and the Seattle Seahawks advanced to the Super Bowl. So I can't wait. I can't believe either way we were bound to have a Super Bowl rematch, if barring a Seahawks victory. So I'm thrilled, man. And yes, that was a bit of some Kirby revisionist history that you just listened to, but boy, did I have a day. I appreciated everybody reaching out on social media, interacting with the page. They saw the boys were active. We were getting after it. and we were rooting for we were 12 as one. Like Coach Max said, we do not care about who we play, when we play. We're just trying to play some ball, and that's how I feel lately. I'm trying to play some ball. I'm trying to get to Super Bowl 60 Sunday. I got the pearl already sent in. I got a little bit of swag. I'm waiting to get the media day swag, but I got the pearl here. This is what Sammy's going to be throwing to JSN, throwing to Cup. I can't wait. This ball, I got another Super Bowl, and I swear they mudded that one because that one's so much darker than this one. But this is a nice ball. You know, she's a ball I would take out on a few dates before I would even try and kiss her. You know, I want to be super respectful. This is one of the nicest balls I've ever been with and had, and I want to make sure me and this ball are on the same page. And I'm trying to get some synergy with the Super Bowl 60. Kind of some weird signs going on. We were in the Super Bowl 20 years ago, Super Bowl 40, which is Super Bowl XL. Now we're in Super Bowl 60, which if you're a Roman numerologist, you would know that it is LX. So it's switched. It's backwards. So does that mean since we lost XL, we're bound to win LX? I don't know. I hope so. So I've been studying witchcraft. Been studying. Trying to see how I can sell my soul for a victory. So I'm trying to do my part, Hawks. So don't worry, I'm working it out. I'm just trying to be as engaged as I can for Super Bowl week. We're about 9 to 8 days away, and boy, I couldn't be more excited. But this Patriots team, man, I'm not underestimating this Patriots team. They say what you want, call Big Drake May the schedule, say they've had a cupcake. Go at it with who they've played. I'm not buying it, man, especially on their way to the Super Bowl. These boys have played the LA Chargers, who I respect, who I think is a perennial team in the AFC, barring if they can get Justin Herbert, his O-line back, and a true number one receiver. Please help him out. But they're a solid team, great coach. They took care of business with them. Then couple weeks prior, they take care of the Baltimore Ravens. So, you know, the history's looking good. They're stacking wins. They're getting it done. Then they go and play a real talented Houston Texans team, who arguably has the best defense in the league, top three, between the Seahawks and the team they go on to play in the AFC Championship, the Broncos. And if you had to maybe have some worries about this Patriots team, you could maybe worry that it was a possession and a half point or possession and a half point differential in the divisional round against the Texans, even though you got 5 turnovers off of CJ Stroud and that Texans offense. That could be a little worrisome. I'm not going to bring that up. They got huge playmakers. Hunter Henry, Stephon Diggs, Booty, Stevenson, and Henderson. They can all make plays. Gosh, I'm choking up. God damn, I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots had something to do with me choking there. So that's not out of question yet. But that Patriots team, they got it done time in and time out every game. And that offense, they're just gonna have to come and play against arguably the best defense in the league, which is the dark side, the Seattle Seahawks. And oh boy, what a week. Actually, probably not having the best week if you're Geno Smith or the New York Jets or the Minnesota Vikings. They're all having a terrible week, which I'm kind of flourishing in. I kind of enjoy that. New York Jets, obviously, they can't get a quarterback correct. They haven't had a quarterback correct since the Mark Sanchez days. They got to go see Big Sammy in the Super Bowl. Minnesota, after having the year they've had, after having a previous 14-win season with no other than Sammy Emerald at the time, they packed his bags, sent his bags to the wrong location, and never texted him back. Sent him thankfully sent him over to the Pacific Northwest. I got put into Sam Darnold conversion therapy just like that, and I was programmed and ready to go. And I'm so happy and proud of Big Sammy for what he's done, and he's made me look like a genius this year. So I've been all over the Seahawks success. If you go back and look at our prior videos, I've kind of hit this on the head. Is it kind of a little bit of a selective opinion? Maybe, could be, but screw it. It's my show, so I'm gonna bring up Sammy if I may. So, but it's a great opportunity for redemption, and yeah, like I said, I need the time to hurry up because I'm ready to play this fucking game. I'm ready to go. But some other story. Oh yeah, and then like I was saying, if you're Geno Smith, that's a real bad week for you because you got to see the team who you thought you were leaving for grass is greener on the other side situation go and play in the Super Bowl, and then for the team you went to play for to have the number 1 pick. It's a rough look, and wish you the best, Geno, but yeah, sorry about that, man. Now we got what was I gonna say? This fucking 250th logo patch. Can we bring that? Let's talk about that for a second. First of all, I think our 250th patch is bigger than the Patriots one, so that's a problem. Why weren't we weren't warned about this patch? Like, I feel like this patch was just put in front of our face, and we're told to deal with it. You can't do anything about it. It has ruined the Seahawks jersey, who already has more patches than any other jersey in the league. We have another 50th anniversary patch and the Super Bowl patch and the 200. There's too many fucking patches for it to be a football jersey. It looks like a Marine outfit. But I guess with Coach Matt coming from Army background, Marine ties, I guess that's only fitting. So the patch, though, why is our patch bigger, and why is this not a helmet decal? I'm still investigating this. I don't understand it. But I'm not going to sit here and say I don't like it. I love America, so I'm sorry, America. Don't think I'm coming at you sideways and I don't love you. I love you and I appreciate you. You're awesome. I'm excited to celebrate your 250th anniversary, but this is the Super Bowl. This isn't your birthday party, and you're coming in here and you're acting like it's your birthday party on the Super Bowl when this is a Seahawks party. So it's a little bit of conflicting draws there, but we'll get through it. We'll fight on. And then we'll have some more Super Bowl storylines coming in later this weekend, closer to the game. But kind of off the bat, top of my head, tip of my tongue, storylines that I'm thinking about is just redeeming the 1 yard line interception. I've seen that play 50 times. I've seen a bunch of Patriot fans post that clip 150 times, rubbing it in our fucking face, rubbing our beak and shit. And I just pray this defense gets the redemption for this city. And another fun fact, every time New England's played a team twice in a Super Bowl matchup, they've at least lost one time, if not twice. So keep that in mind. We're wearing all blue. I'm a little blue about that because we are 0-2 in the all blue. But like I said, for it to be a total redemption tour, you have to rewrite the wrongs and you have to change history. So I respect us for wearing all blue. I was maybe wanting to see blue on gray. I think that makes the numbers pop a little bit. I think blue on gray looks damn good, especially down in Santa Clara on that Santa Clara sunset. That's gonna, set nice and perfect on that west side of that end zone. But what can I say? We're wearing all blue. I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm going to step up to the plate and I'm going to take a couple hacks. I might strike out. I might swing out a couple pitches in the ground, but I'm going for contact. I'm going for points here. So Seahawks fucking keep stacking. 12-1. The mob mentality's never been stronger over here as in the big Lumen Nest Factory, which is Seahawks Stadium. 12-1 has had a whole new meaning this year. So we're as tight as we've been. We've licked our wounds. We're ready to go. And there's no other team that I'd rather get redemption from than the team who tried to ruin my life. Yeah, you can look at the track record. Once that pick happened, my life started to go downhill. I've had to fight and claw my way back up. So we'll see what happens. I can't fucking wait. I can't wait for Super Bowl media week. It's coming up fast. And but we got the Royal Rumble this weekend, and then we got Pro Bowl, and we got UFC. So we'll get into a few of those. So it's an exciting weekend, so we're not going to be bored and just doing nothing, just gnawing at my hand and gnawing at the bone to get on with our week. We're going to have some stuff to kind of hold us over, but like I said, I'm gonna need that media day jacket once it comes out. Trying to get my Super Bowl threads on right, doing the Super Bowl party as big as it's ever been done this year. And I have to. It's a party for my dad, who was known as Big Mike, and we got 2 fucking Mikes coaching the Super Bowl. So we got 2 Mikes coaching in the Big Mike Super Bowl bash. So it's a huge day, and to top it off, our favorite teams in the game. So yeah, I got my biases, but don't we all? And I can't wait to see this team back under the what's the word? The spotlight. No, that's not the word I wanted. I guess big lights. Nah, I guess spotlight maybe. But and the word I was looking for last episode, micromanage, was micromanage, and that drove me crazy because about 10 minutes once I ended the episode, I was like, oh, it was micromanaging. But yeah, Seahawks, they're gonna have to micromanage this week. They're gonna have to handle everything right. I believe they get into Santa Clara on Sunday, and they'll be down at San Jose State practicing, and I believe the New England Patriots will be practicing at the Stanford football facilities. So don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what will be transpiring next week. Oh man. So if you guys, I hope you've been stewing on the question that I've presented for the class, how can Sammy D win a Super Bowl? I hope you've been thinking about that. We're going to get to that a little bit later. But yeah, I'm excited. What a weekend it was. What a time it was. Probably one of the best days I've ever had in my life, and I'm looking to add to the list next Sunday. And I'm going to let the Patriot fans keep talking, keep posting your videos, keep doing your thing. You've earned it, so we'll have to rewrite this on the field. So unfortunately, I'm not going to deliver you any bulletin board material, or I'm not going to try to bestow bad juju upon myself or my Hawks. So you know what, I'm listening to Coach Mac. We don't care. We're just ready to roll and ready to play this game. So bringing it on, New England. Drake May, I know he was sick today, so I don't know, he's got the shoulder and he's dealing with something. So hope to see him get fully healthy. I'm sure he'll be 100% ready to go for Super Bowl Sunday. And shout out to Coach Vrabel, man. Tennessee, another team who sent his bags to the wrong direction, proving that he can get it done. He's such a great coach, man. You can tell his players love him to death, and they follow his lead. He's just a true football guy through and through, a true leader. And that's all you want in a head coach, and a guy who's been there, played in a few Super Bowls, and he's been on that stage. He knows what it takes. So it's going to be a great game. I'm super excited. The Patriots, like I said, they've earned their right to be here. They're one of the best teams in the AFC. They're no fluke. They're a great organization, just as the Seahawks are. So I'm excited. And Jody Allen, if you're listening, I can't afford the Seahawks, but if you want to sell me it on some type of loan agreement, I will definitely be interested in buying the Seahawks. So let me know, and we'll go from there. But yeah, man, I'm pumped. And what a fun season it was. Went by super fast. Felt like yesterday was September, watching the Bills and Ravens Sunday night game and watching that comeback. But what a season, and we got a little bit left, so we got some fun stuff to get to. But yeah, we got a few things in the NFL. We do got the Pro Bowl coming up this weekend. I saw Shador Sanders was added to the Pro Bowl roster, and everyone's kind of flipping out on that, but I imagine there were multiple quarterbacks in the AFC who are better than Shador, who were asked, who weren't interested, just because what the Pro Bowl has become, let's be honest. they got to pay these guys a lot of money for him to show up, but it's for the fans. But Shador, nonetheless, he's going to draw eyes to the event. And honestly, if the Pro Bowl games happened when I was a kid, I think I would be all over it. I think the games are cool. I think they're fun. I think they would be really fun to compete in and do. So I'm not one who's going to sit back and shit on the Pro Bowl games. I kind of credit them for trying to do something else, where it got to the point where the actual Pro Bowl game was just terrible and we couldn't watch it. I don't ever really remember it being competitive. Maybe in the early 2000s it meant something to be a Pro Bowler. But now you're a Pro Bowler or Pro Bowl gamer. Maybe, yeah, now you're a Pro Bowl gamer. You're not a Pro Bowler, you're a Pro Bowler gamer. But that's a headache. And we got Shador bringing eyes, but the games, I think I'd be all over it if I was a kid. So that's what it is. It's for the kids. So let them have it. In my opinion, like I said, the only way to go forward is to maybe go back and actually bring the Pro Bowl game back. And who knows, maybe these guys would actually be interested in playing the game if the incentives were up and there was more to play for. But at the end of the day, these guys are getting such huge contracts. When the money is getting to such a certain point, a meaningless game doesn't really become a viable option for these players, and they're going to look to avoid those situations and not want to be a part of it, even though you can probably get a decent bonus from it. So do your thing. And then, like I said, we got the Royal Rumble tomorrow in Saudi Arabia, so I probably got to get up at 4 a.m. or 6 a.m. I don't know the time zone to watch it. Gonna be mad the booty cam is gonna be off for the women's wrestlers because they'll be wearing Spider-Man suits, so that'll be rough. But who am I gonna pick? I guess my layup pick, who I think the whole class would say I would pick Rhea Ripley, which I would. She's the best women's wrestler to ever grace a mat. But I'm gonna go with a different pick. I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair. She's coming back, so look out for Bianca. And then we got the men's Royal Rumble. Give me Roman Reigns or Logan Paul. Give me Roman Reigns or Logan Paul, someone from the Vision. I don't want Braun Breaker. I'm not the biggest Braun Breaker guy. He would beat the shit out of me. Yes, I understand that. I would kick out of his spear at 2 one time, and if he hit it again, I would probably spit my spleen out or spit a rib out somehow. But yeah, he would comically injure me pretty bad. So someone from the Vision or Roman Reigns, but I think it's going to be a cool pay-per-view. I wonder how are you able to build a stadium in 30 days, Saudi Arabia? A little sketchy there, but we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it and starting the road to WrestleMania, which is back at Vegas. So yeah, I used to be, no, I'm still a pretty huge wrestling fan. But lately, ever since they sold out to the major corporation, it's I feel like there's just so many ads and there's so much filler shit. I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like we're losing the beauty of the sport, especially with it being on ESPN. It's tough for me to kind of live with that fourth wall broken down. You know, you're on ESPN talking like a pro athlete, which you have to be considering. You know, WWE is it's a soap opera on a wrestling mat. So I mean, yes, you have to play a character, but sometimes that character, you know, bleeds through in real life, or you guys share certain characteristics that you share, that you both end up displaying in front of the public. But it's tough for me to kind of live in that gray zone, murky area. I think ESPN, it's tough for some of their analysts to kind of go along with it. I think Seth Rollins does an awesome job, but Pat McAfee, I think, does an awesome job. They saw Brock Lesnar they're like breaking news that they're going to be in the Rumble through ESPN. So, I mean, you see that deal kind of working out. ESPN, man, did some slimy shit, but we got to get ESPN Plus, and you have to get ESPN Unlimited. So, yeah, I have both, but fuck it. What can I say? Work 2 full-time jobs. I mean, this and another one. Boys paid and can't get a date, so you do the math. Maybe it's because my tooth is chipped. That could be it. That is a real possibility. and I got to work on my calves, that too. And I'm not very good at trusting and having trust in people and giving people my spare time. So a lot of things to work on, but nonetheless, it's going to be a good night or good morning. It's going to be in the fucking morning. So hopefully I have a nice breakfast with the Royal Rumble, and then we'll roll over into UFC 320. Cue me. Producer back there who's not there. Cue me. Which UFC is this? It is UFC. Da, 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 da. 325. Volkanovski Lopez 2. Let's fucking go. And we got Dan Hooker fighting Benoit Saint Denis and Rafael Fiziev and Rufi getting at it. And you know, Big Tuivasa is gonna he's gonna bring the paws from the land down under. It's down in Australia, so that's also gonna be early. So god damn. Wait, is that? Yeah, why? Maybe it's gonna be way earlier because it's in Australia. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It doesn't even say the start time on this, so got a lot of digging to do. But Volkanovski, Lopez 2, last time they went down, you know, that's going to roll into the Ask the Class question. So maybe that's a good segue into our Ask the Class segment, brought to you by Mams Clothing, MAMS, Me and My Strides. Go check them out on Instagram. They got workout clothes. They got dope designer hoodies that move with you, not against you. So go check them out on social media. Mams, MAMS, Me and My Strides. Check them out. Awesome sponsor of the show. They're bringing us the Ask the Class segment this week. Ask the Class segment is something we do every week. If you have a question for yours truly, Mr. Kirbster, the teacher of Detention Span, go to our Instagram page and give us a follow if you're not following, or give us a subscribe. Go subscribe to us on YouTube and hit in the comments section on this video a question for next week's Ask the Class segment. But if you go follow us on Instagram, we post weekly for chances to send in some Ask the Class questions. So find us there, and let's roll into. We got several sent to us this week, so thank you for sending those in, guys. Let's get to it. Let's roll it up. Our first one, like I said, kind of segues from the UFC 325 talk. Do I have Volk or Lopez in this rematch? And that's sent into one of Detention Span's finest classmates, the boy Josiah. Like I said, he's a beast. Check him out. Got to get him on. Do I have Lopez or Volk in the rematch, where Volk kind of handled business last time, but Diego, he's coming off in a very impressive knockout over Silva, which I had knockout, which was a crazy bet to win last second. No big deal. It's what I do. I work 2 full-time jobs, and I have a chipped tooth, and I still can't get a date, even after fucking making the Lopez knockout call. You fucking do the math. I'm gonna roll with Lopez. You know, I think Lopez, he's kind of got that energy right now. I think he's peak. I think this is his prime spot to get it done, which could be maybe one of his last chances in a while if he doesn't. And Volk, who some speculate is on the fence of a potential retirement, or potentially, who knows, maybe he's got a couple more big money fights in store for us fans that I would be more than fired up to watch. I love both these guys. I'm a huge fan. I hate when two fighters I'm a huge fan of have to fight each other and end up clashing up one-on-one. And I think I'm going to go with Lopez this time to settle the score.Maybe that could set up a cool third fight between the two. But like I said, I want to be surprised if Volk comes in here and handles business. He's one of the featherweight goats for a reason, and I'm pretty excited to watch Volkanovski get it done, because who knows how many more times we get to experience that. So enjoy the legends while they're here. And check out UFC on Paramount now. Awesome deal. Shout out to Dana White. Shout out to the UFC moving over to Paramount. God, I love that transition. Saving the boys some money. Easy on the wallet. Now we can get a little bit better grub before the fight. So shout out to Uncle Dana. I'm gonna need a pair of low ones once we meet up. So we'll see you soon. Also, this is a little 3-part question. Am I open to doing a shoey if Tuivasa wins? Now let's check the line out there. Now I feel like this line has to be somewhat significant for me to potentially be doing a shoey. That's the wrong app. They don't have that app anymore, so let's roll over to this app. Actually, shout out to the Action app. I love the fucking Action app. That's where I do all my sports gambling. Pause. That's where I do all my sports gambling research. I do all my sports gambling legally at the casino. Cash guy. But this is where I get all my odds. Let's see here. Tua Vesa is plus 275. That's a big dog. He is. Text area, the dude he's fighting is a big motherfucker, so he's tall as hell. So yeah, you know what? Right now, I did have Chipotle yesterday, so my stomach's kind of churning up a little bit. So the shoey sounds disturbing right now. But if a hot chick wants to come over and let me do a shoey out of her shoe, screw it, I'll do it. Why not? And then do I have Gaethje and Topuria, which could be a potential White House card matchup. And, I'm going to have to go with Topuria, man. Especially after he just won this legal battle. Dude can't catch an L anywhere. So I got Topuria. He's a beast. Great questions, Josiah. Thank you for sending those in, brother. Next question. Are the Seahawks going to sign Shaheed Rashid? One of those is right. Yes. And they're going to re-sign him because he kind of came in and took Torrey Horton's swag, so they're going to have to battle it out, but why not have two guys who, I think they're both, I think Rashid's probably proven he's had the better year, but Horton, he was tearing it up before he got hurt, so I would love to see us re-sign Shaheed. He's been awesome, man. He's been electric. Shout out to their special teams unit. Great question. So next question, this is more of a shout out, but big coming in from Big Z, who always winds up in detention somehow. Big Z, we got to get you on, baby. We got to talk Todd. We got to talk Todd Monken leaving. We got to talk you getting a new coach. We got to talk Lamar Jackson. But he says shout out to Big Elliott for winning what was the Super Bowl squares, what we were doing here, and he's going to be taking home the Super Bowl squares next year. So he's kind of putting me on blast there, and I'm gonna write you on the chalkboard. I'm gonna write a slip up for you. So if you don't take it home, you're getting written up, Z. So he goes #Raven Flock. So yes, sir, my bird brother. If I have special ties to the bird family, the fellow bird families in the NFL. So flock on, my brother. Next question sent in by Big Jake. What was my favorite moment from the NFC Championship game? That is a great question. I would say my favorite moment was probably when they rolled out the NFC Championship podium, and they did it right in front of the Fox station, and it was pretty cool to see. It was just a feeling like no other. I am 2-0 now. I'm now 2-0 in NFC Championship game appearances. No big deal. 1-05 and 1 now, so we're gonna get it done, and I'm looking forward to it. But that was probably my favorite moment, seeing that come out, and then all the confetti flying, the confetti under the light. It just looked special, man. It just looked like emerald confetti falling down on the Wizard of Oz, Sammy Emerald. So shout out to the Hawks, man. All right, last question. This is a great question. Why is Bill Belichick not a first ballot Hall of Famer? Now this got a lot of heat earlier this week, and merited. It's pretty merited to get all that backfire and backlash. But why is Bill Belichick not a first ballot Hall of Famer? I mean, honestly, harsh reality, probably the Spygate and Deflategate. Now, are those as bad as getting caught for, per se, gambling on your team or doing performance enhancing drugs? Who's to say? I don't know. It depends how you kind of depends how you balance and how you weigh those choices. You kind of gotta, I don't know, you kind of gotta do some math and find the common denominators and what makes all of them potential red flag for not being eligible to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And in my opinion, I totally think he should have definitely been a first ballot Hall of Famer. There's many coaches who have had who have maybe, who knows. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't think. I think filming and getting other teams' signs, I don't think that's cheating. And granted, Spygate was a lot more advanced than that. I still think I could see why he's punished for it. But his resume, man, I mean, it's not like that was the deciding factor in him winning these Super Bowls and becoming arguably the winningest coach of all time. So kind of a fuck up there by the Hall of Fame voting committee. But then again, this is the same fucking committee who left Eli Manning out, who has two of the arguably the greatest wins in NFL history out of the Hall of Fame. So I don't know. I think we got to get better officiating and judges in this Hall of Fame bunch. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the fucking college football committee making these picks. So Big Bill, you got snubbed. The only other thing I could think was maybe he's trying to come back to coaching, so maybe they don't think his career's done. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to put him in if they thought he was coming back. So who knows if they caught wind of something. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a disgrace. But I don't know. He also cheated. So fuck you, Bill. I don't know. You got it. Bill also, I mean, we got the dogs barking. So I guess I'll lay off Bill. I guess Bill sent the dogs out for me. But yeah, no, I think it's a mistake by the NFL Hall of Fame committee. They got to get that right. But those were the Ask the Class questions sent in to us this week. So shout out to the class for sending in some questions. Like I said, send us in some more. We'll get to them next time. Let's roll over to my question of the week. How can Sammy D win a Super Bowl? Now let's think about this. I've done some research. I've done some thinking. I've done some pondering, and I wrote down a few things on how I think Sammy D can win a Super Bowl. Now, the first thing, which is pretty obvious, would be find JSN. I think we can all agree that is a no shit. Yeah, you have to find JSN, best receiver in football. Okay, once we find JSN, we have to let it rip. Sammy, like he said, he's going to let it rip. Let it rip. So get your rip sticks out, ride them around the house, put a Sam Darnold jersey on, rip paper, just start ripping it. Okay, next thing, be Sammy Emerald. Be the Wizard of Oz. Be the Sammy you've been all year, baby. Keep doing your thing. Keep slinging. You got this. Now, if you do all of that, you can take some time off with the Lombardi and go bird watching. I know he loves to listen to, that's why he's a Seahawk. He loves listening to birds. He loves differentiating between certain bird species and hearing which bird is which. I don't know. I'm not Charles Darwin. I'm not big on which bird is which, but if he wins the Super Bowl, he can go bird watching. Now, if he goes bird watching, he can go back to his hometown in California, where he played at USC and in high school, which is in the same state as Santa Clara down in California. So we could have a storybook ending and a hometown ending in California if the D-line gets home. Now, D-line, did we have the best performance in the NFC Championship? No. Probably didn't have the performance you wanted to either, and that's okay. Go get this redemption. Go get home. I want you guys to be as homesick as I was during 7th grade summer camp, where I was begging my parents to come get me. Like, I had to be home. Had to be home. I want you to get home. I want you to recognize Drake May as your family member and get home and attack him and give him a hug to the ground. And also, Cooper Kupp. Please come be Super Bowl MVP Cooper Kupp again. They're underestimating you. They don't think they can mess with you. Make them pay. Cooper Kupp makes teams pay. Whenever you forget about Cooper Kupp, that's when he puts the dagger in your back. That's when he pushes the knife a little deeper. Cooper Cup. I will be having my bedazzled Cooper Cup chain ready to go. I love you, Cooper Cup. Get ready, baby. The ball's coming to you. And finally, Seattle, this is redemption. So get it done. You guys got this. You got to redeem the city for us and for my life. If you win, I might get a date. I might get married. I might have kids. Things might start looking up. I maybe could afford to buy a house. The show might get over 100 views on YouTube. I don't know. A bunch of things could happen. So please, 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 Sabrina Carpenter style, please win this game. Alrighty, let's roll into our Big Mike of the week. We do this every episode. I put on the illustrious Kangol hat that my dad, Big Mike, would always wear. Me and him always repping the Kangol hats. Me, him, Samuel L. Jackson, and Biggie always repping Kangol. We're swaggy like that. This week's Big Mike, or I'm going to say it, Big Mikes of the week are Coach Mike Vrabel. And my coach, Mike McDonald. Mike Mac. 60. Let's go. Like I said, Super Bowl 60. 2 mics in it for the Big Mike Super Bowl bash. I wish you could be here, Dad. I fucking miss you so much. Wish you were on that fucking couch right now talking about the Seahawks, talking about how good their special team is, and I wish you were here to see Gray Zabel. He wanted an O-lineman from Georgia, but I told him Gray Zabel is a fucking asphalt paver. This man paves roads and running backs follow. And I wish we could share that together, but I know he's been here. He's been with the Hawks, and he's given us good luck. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, class, for hanging out. Thanks for coming in. And go subscribe. Go leave a comment. Find us on YouTube. Find us on Instagram. Find us on TikTok. And come say what's up. We'll see you next time in class. Peace out. Let's go.